In the heart of a classified military base, 10 of the nation's most lethal women stand in formation. These aren't ordinary soldiers. They're elite operatives, each forged by fire in past missions no one talks about. Their codename, Valkyries, handpicked for skill, nerve, and unbreakable will. Tonight, they're being unleashed on a mission that no one else would dare touch. Deep in a hostile jungle, a ruthless kidnap-for-ransom syndicate has taken civilians, held in a heavily guarded compound nestled within a maze of cave tunnels. Satellite intel is grim. The hostages are being moved deeper every hour. If they vanish into the cave system, they're gone forever. There will be no negotiations, no backup, and no second chances. The plan: payload jump under the cover of night, insert silently, strike hard, and get out clean. Night vision engaged, suppressed weapons loaded. Every movement will be coordinated, every shot counted. This isn't just a rescue, it's a warpath. 10 warriors, one objective, no margin for error. The night sky splits as the Valkyries drop one by one, silent phantoms slicing through the darkness. No chatter, no hesitation, just the cold rush of air and the mission pulsing in their ears. Rain pelts their faces mid-descent, stinging like needles. Below them, the jungle waits thick, wet alive, the kind of place that swallows intruders whole. They hit the ground in synchronized thuds, boots sinking into the mud, leaves rustling beneath disciplined steps. In a matter of seconds, they're gone, blended into the night. Ghosts in black gear. Calm silence is active. No voices. Only the whisper of wind through the trees and the distant crackle of enemy radio static. Infrared scopes sweep the terrain. Heat signatures flicker between the palms. Their target: a hidden encampment nestled along a deep ravine, fortified, crawling with heavily armed men who've ruled this land for years. But these men have no idea what's coming. One mistake and it all collapses. But the Valkyries don't make mistakes. They split into fire teams, flawless coordination, decades of experience moving as one. First objective: eliminate the outpost guarding the outer perimeter. Silent, swift, surgical. The jungle hunt has begun. The outpost guards never saw it coming. Hidden in the dark canopy, the Valkyries moved like smoke, unseen, unstoppable. One by one, the sentries fell. A flash of steel, a muffled gasp. No alarms, no struggle, just silence. One Valkyrie shimmies up a tree like a panther, perching on a branch before dropping down behind her target. Knife to throat, clean kill. Another glides through the underbrush, slicing tendons with brutal precision before dragging the body into the ferns. Every strike is calculated. Every motion practiced 1,000 times. It's not murder, it's mastery. Rifles fitted with suppressors whisper death across the clearing. The outpost is neutralized in under 2 minutes. Not a single enemy has time to raise his voice. Their comms crackle softly, perimeter cleared. But the hardest part lies ahead. A heavily fortified enemy compound, carved into the jungle like a fortress, guarded by seasoned mercenaries, armed to the teeth with night vision, RPGs, and enough firepower to hold off a platoon. But fear isn't part of the Valkyries' vocabulary. They regroup beneath the cover of vines and ruin, their eyes burning with clarity and purpose. Explosives are planted at key points: gates, fuel tanks, ammo crates. This isn't just infiltration anymore. It's the calm before the thunderstorm. And when it breaks, fire will rain. Boom! The jungle night ignites in a firestorm. Shockwaves rip through the trees as the first explosion tears through the compound gate. Fuel tanks go up in flames, orange and red tongues of fire licking the sky. Sirens wail, shouts rise, chaos erupts, and then, like a vengeful storm, the Valkyries breach. Fury incarnate, shadows turned into living thunder. Suppressed rifles spit fury in tight bursts. Grenades arc through windows, turning rooms into rubble. Enemy fighters rush to react, but it's too late. The team is already inside, moving as one, covering angles, stacking doors, clearing rooms. One woman slides beneath a rusted truck, firing upward through the undercarriage. Another leaps from a rooftop, flips midair, and lands with brutal force, dropping two mercs in a blink of an eye. A heavy gunner opens fire from a guard tower. Bullets rip through the air, but only for a moment. A single shot cracks from the trees. The sniper's bullet finds its mark. Silence. Every second burns. The captives are close, somewhere past the inner wall. Smoke coils into the sky. The ground trembles beneath the violence. And now, the enemy begins to understand. These aren't just soldiers. They're a myth made real. A force of vengeance. They're not fighting women. They're fighting legends. Deep beneath the burning compound, they find them, 7 hostages, bruised, terrified, shackled to pipes, and caged in steel. But they're alive. And that's all that matters. The Valkyries don't celebrate. There's no time, not even a breath. Gunfire explodes from the shadows. Reinforcements flood in, mercenaries pouring through tunnels and hidden back entrances like angry hornets. The air turns lethal again. The Valkyries react instantly. No panic, just pure instinct. One drops to a knee, shielding a hostage with her body, firing in tight bursts. Another kicks over a table for cover, dragging a wounded civilian behind it. Sparks rain from ricochets. Bullets slice past their heads. A third Valkyrie jams flashbang into a side corridor. Boom. Screams. Disarray. That window is all they need. One woman hacks the locks with fingers slick from blood, her hands steady despite the chaos. The team forms up, tight formation, moving the hostages like a global fortress. Every corridor is a gauntlet. Bullets hum like hornets. Shrapnel punches into armor. The walls shake with the pressure of the fight. But they keep going, step by step, bleeding, breathing, unbreakable. The extraction point is near, just beyond the eastern wall. But so is the enemy's last stand. The jungle isn't done with them yet. They're running now, boots pounding against the mud-soaked jungle floor. Every heartbeat a war drum. Trees blur past as the night explodes around them. Gunfire snaps at their heels like angry wolves. The enemy is in full pursuit, throwing everything into the chase. Grenades arch overhead, drones buzz through the canopy. Fire traps explode from tripwires. One Valkyrie takes a round to the thigh. She stumbles but doesn't fall. Gritting her teeth, she lifts a hostage on her shoulder, her other hand still firing controlled bursts behind her. Another teammate covers the rear, turning mid-stride to unload a mag into the tree lean, clearing the path with sheer will. The rain intensifies, drowning the screams and gunfire in a torrential roar. Blood and mud blend into a single smear across their faces and armor. Every step is agony, every second a miracle, and then they break through the trees. The extraction cliff looms ahead, a breath of hope, but it dies fast. Waiting for them, dozens of rebels, guns raised, blocking the escape, outnumbered, low on ammo, wounded, trapped, but retreat isn't in their blood. Not now, not ever. The Valkyries lock eyes in that final, silent second. No fear, only fire. They raise their weapons one last time. For the mission, and the cliff erupts in gunfire. The last rifle clicks empty, breath ragged, muscles burning, and then they hear it. A sound like thunder cutting through the storm. The roar of salvation. A stealth chopper bursts through the clouds, blades chopping rain into mist. Rope ladders uncoil, slicing down through smoke and gunfire. There's no time to think. Just move. One by one, the Valkyries hoist the hostages up, locking arms, shielding bodies, firing between the scents. Lead zips past their helmets. Bark explodes from trees. The enemy charges in a last, furious wave. But they're seconds too late. A Valkyrie, still bleeding from her leg, yanks the last captive onto the rope. Another throws herself across a ledge, lobbing a grenade with her final ounce of strength. Boom! The cliff erupts in fire and fury, sending rebel fighters flying. The bird lifts. One woman dangles from the rope, pistol in one hand, firing down until her clip runs dry. Smoke swallows the battlefield below. It's over. 7 rescued, 10 alive, barely breathing, but alive. Inside the chopper, silence. Eyes meet. No cheers, just exhausted relief. No medals, no glory, no press release. Only blood, scars, and each other. As the jungle vanishes beneath the clouds, the Valkyries disappear. Ghosts in the Rain, Legends by Fire. If you love this elite all-female strike mission, hit that like button and subscribe for more high-intensity military action. Speech Balloon, drop a comment. Would you trust the Valkyries to rescue you?